Thank you to our sponsor for Season 2, Punto Space. The contemporary raw space combines capacity with intimacy. 4 distinct spaces on 3 levels encompass more than 3,500 square feet. Custom configurations, a state-of-the-art audio-visual system, and full-service support provide endless possibilities for realizing your creative vision. Welcome to Currency Shift, the podcast where we showcase and share insights from first, only, and the disruptive. These are people who are creating new lanes and carving new paths for women, people of color, and diversity and inclusion. My name is Sade Simone. Let's get started. We have Latori in the house.
Woo!
Yes. Let's take a little sip to celebrate. Oh, fumbling the top. I am out in Miami, Florida. Here with Latori Knowles, one of my good people who is now a chef. I'm so excited for her to introduce herself. Go ahead.
Well, I'm Latori. I am the owner of Fork and Fresh Catering Services. Yeah, man, I love to cook. That's it. That's all I got. So basically, we do catering, personal chef services, dinner parties, you name it. We cook it. We do it. It's about bringing people together through food. So that's what I love to do, and that's what I'm building towards, is building a company that brings people together through a culinary experience.
I am excited about it. On her social media, she posts some delicious looking food, from appetizers to entrees to this very unique concept that I still have yet to try, which is red velvet cornbread.
You'll get it before you leave Miami. Don't worry.
I appreciate that. You guys should check out her Instagram, like, right now. Like, pull over, pull out your Instagram on the train, like, pull over in your car, on the bus, wherever, and just, like, type in at @forkandfresh_fresh.
Yes.
And look at the red velvet cornbread.
Or you can go to the Fork and Chef as well. I have pictures on there, though.
It's so good. Okay, so Latori, let's take, like, 10 steps back, because we got lost in the food vortex. So let's take a step back, and let's talk about when you were younger. What were some of your childhood aspirations and dreams?
When I was younger, I didn't know what I wanted to be or do. I was going to do everything. I know that I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to work with dogs, and I don't even like dogs. I wanted to do everything, and cooking was probably not on my list at all. I took a home ec class in middle school, and I made a basic white sauce. And I know everybody know about ramen noodles. I took that basic white sauce and I put it on every cup of noodles that I had in the house. And I would tell everybody, I made this basic white sauce. I put a little garlic in it, a little black pepper in it. And everybody thought it was just grand. So from that point, I was like, oh, I can do this. I made some peanut butter pudding. It was the saltiest pudding of my life. But I made it.
Yeah. And
from that moment, like making that pudding and making that basic white sauce in school, I just fell in love with cooking. But I come from a cooking family. So like, my dad had a restaurant growing up. You know, he had several food trucks. So my grandma cooked. Everybody cooked in our household. So it was just something like was always there, but I never knew I loved it as much.
Until you went to the home ec.
Until I went to home ec. And even still, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I love this so much, I'm going to be a chef one day. That wasn't the idea. It was just, I love to kind of put things together and make it taste good. So I still hadn't developed that idea of I want to do this as a lifelong career. That didn't come along until after college, years later. I know that when I was in Tampa, I would cook Sunday dinners with friends. And honestly, I didn't even know my food was good to people. But people would say things like, man, this is good. Oh, no, let Tab cook. By the way, that's my nickname. Let Tab cook. Let her do the macaroni and cheese. Let her do this. And so even still, it didn't hit me. Like, this is a gift. It didn't hit me. It was just like, I love to do it. I like to have people over. I like for people to sit around and talk. So let's cook. And then when I went to Charlotte, we did Sunday dinners.
Yes, I was a part of those Sunday dinners.
Faithfully, Sunday wind down. great conversation, lots of wine, plenty of dinner. And that's still at that point, it wasn't, I want to do this professionally. It was just like, I love the fact that I get to bring my friends together and we get to eat and they get to tell me how good my food is.
So at what point did it shift?
Once I left Charlotte and I wasn't doing Sunday dinners anymore because I didn't really have friends back in Florida, I kind of missed something. Something was missing. So I was like, you know what? I've already been to school 15,000 times, so why not go back? So I went to culinary school.
Hold on, talk about what did you get your undergraduate degree and what was the next degree?
Why we gotta go there? I'm just kidding. So I got my undergrad in communication studies because at one point I thought I was gonna be like some, high class PR rep. Yeah. Didn't quite like that route. So decided to get my master's. I got that in public administration because I was gonna be, some big class nonprofit organization type person. I didn't quite rock me either. So, but I don't know. It was like going to school was something like people tell you, you just have to go. So I kind of like went to school because that was the norm. That was what was expected. Like if I could turn back time, yes, I would have never went to college.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Like I probably would have went straight to culinary school.
Okay.
But, thousands of loans later, I'm here.
So talk about that shift for me when you realized, okay, I have something here. Let me go to or let me look into culinary school.
So once I relocated from Charlotte back to Florida, I miss cooking. I miss being around my friends and bringing people together. And I wanted to take cooking to a different level. Like I wanted to learn new skills, not just what my mom and my dad taught me. So I just decided one day I'm going to go enroll in culinary school. It's something I like to do. Why not learn more about it? So that's what I did. I enrolled at Le Cordon Bleu. I met some great chefs. I met some great people, and it was inspiring. So just being in that element, like really in a professional element, doing our restaurant rotations, having to do our internships, I was like, I can do this. Like, I really can do this. And so I guess that's where my inspiration really took off after culinary school.
And you talk about your parents who were chefs as well, or they just like to cook a lot?
Just home cooks. Like my mom can throw down, but she doesn't like to cook. My dad loves to cook. He used to have a restaurant, Knowles Bahamian Seafood. He's had several food trucks, but he never really stuck through it. Like he just did it for fun, basically. And then when he got tired, he stopped. And then when he gets excited, he'll start it again. So yeah.
So after you confirmed, all right, this is it, this is what I want to do, how did Fork and Fresh essentially come to be?
I was laying in my sister's bed, and we were like, we're going to sell some food, but we need a name, something catchy. And we were saying, we're going to do Knowles this, Knowles that, because, we think our last name is all that. So we really do. And so we were like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And I was like, okay, so we need a catchy name. So we were just laying there, just tossing out ideas. And then all of a sudden I was like, what about Fork and Fresh? And she was like, yeah, like bleep, bleep fresh. I'm like, yeah, but with the Forkin. And she was like, yeah. So that's how the name came out. And we just stuck with it. And then that whole night we was like, don't fork with us. Oh, it's forking good. Oh, we don't fork around. So we were playing around with the word and it just stuck. And then I think I called Jerry, my friend at the time, and I was like, what about Fork and Fresh? He was like, yeah, I like it. And then we started asking people and they was like, yeah. So now we have Fork and Fresh.
Nice. So you talk about this kind of being like a family thing.
Yeah. Well, something like that. I mean, my family is involved. My mom helps me out. My sisters help me out as needed. But I wouldn't per se it's a family-owned business. It's my business, and they chip in when I need them to.
Okay, got it. So when times are tough and you're juggling, because you have a full-time job as well, correct?
Yes.
That's outside of the industry of food.
Yep. I am an assistant property manager, full-time, 9 to 5, 5 days out of the week.
So how do you balance essentially growing your business, which is where you get the most excitement, and then juggling your full time as well? Like, how do you find the balance between the two?
Well, it's hard because like I don't get the excitement from my job, but I know that I need it for income purposes to support my my goals when it comes to culinary things. So the balance is, the good thing is I don't work weekends. So I'm able to take a lot of catering gigs on the weekends. I'm allowed to do, I'm more flexible on the weekends. So I have to put in all the work on the weekends, but it's still hard. And I probably shouldn't say this because it's going to air, but, I use my time at work, to use my resources, I make time to do what they're paying me to do. And then when I got an extra hour or two, I squeeze in some Fork and Fresh stuff, You got to get it in where you can fit it in.
No, I can
you have to, because my thing is you're going to work 9 to 5 and you're going to slave or put in all these hours and all this time for a company to grow. That's not your company. And so when you go home, you're depleted, you're tired, you have nothing left to give yourself. So if I'm going to spend 8 hours on somebody's job, Fork and Fresh about to get 2 and 3 of them hours. Okay. That's how I look at it. Use your time wisely. I get in there. I do all my work. By 12 p.m., I'm done with what I need to do for that day. Take my lunch break. Fork and Fresh is on the rest of the menu.
No, that's smart.
Yeah.
You have to manage your time effectively when you're trying to grow and like really be an entrepreneur.
Right.
I
it's
think
hard.
It is hard. So I'm glad you're speaking to it. Like, speaking of hard, like when you're encountering struggles or like roadblocks, how do you manage your mental health?
The biggest thing for me is spirituality. I have to, like, especially days that are really tough for me, I have to go to church. And I am fortunate to be able to sit under a God-fearing man that sees all and knows and understands and gives us the tools to kind of fight these battles. So prayer is big, worshiping is big for me. And it's just a matter of having that peace, that spiritual peace, and understanding, knowing that what you're going through mentally, physically, there's somebody that's fighting it for you, and you can be at peace knowing that everything's going to work out the way it's supposed to work out. So my challenges is if I'm feeling, I don't know, like if I'm feeling like something's weighing on me or I'm struggling, it's time to pray. It's time to get up and get into that spiritual realm, and that's what keeps me moving.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you balance it by going to church and just
absolutely
keeping your spirit.
You got to keep your spirit in check. You feed yourself knowledge, education. You go to school, you got to feed your spirit. You have to. So that's what keeps me from having breakdowns. Not saying that you don't have them, but it keeps me from hitting rock bottom.
Yeah, because people don't talk about that side of being an entrepreneur. Like, you be wanting to flip some tables sometimes.
Absolutely. There's days you go in the bathroom, you cry. Like, I know you watch that show. What is it with Issa Rae? Insecure?
Yeah, there we are.
Listen, talking to that mirror is real. Okay. Because my mirror in my car is my best friend. She knows all my secrets, all my crying. I'm like, listen, I can't do this today. And then after I let it all out and I pray, I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah. It's all like one of my currency shifters where she was like, she schedules a cry day. It's important that you get it all out regardless of the method, as long as it's out of your system. Right?
Yeah.
So social currency is about building social networks to gain access, influence, resources, and networking in the digital space that affects a person online and offline. Talk to us a little bit about in what ways has social media influenced or empowered you?
It definitely empowers me because I follow so many different home cooks, chefs, students, and I'm always getting inspired by things that I see. So I'm able to go and create something new by just looking at all the inspiration around me. But also it's allowed me to get in contact with people who don't even know me, and they're like, hey, I seen your pictures, hey, maybe we can do this together, or maybe we can do that. And even catering gigs, I have people that send me DMs all the time about, well, how much do you charge for this, or how much do you charge, or what about these services? So social media is good, it's big, it's important if you use it correctly, because it draws a lot of creativity, whether it's me giving out creativity and inspiring somebody else, or me pulling in from someone else. So I'm in the beginning phases of learning how to use all these different platforms. Like I use Instagram right now and Facebook. But I was talking to someone recently that was like, yeah, you got to start doing Periscope. You got to start doing YouTube videos. So that's a new venture that I want to get into. It's like making these videos and connecting more with people and being more interactive, because I see how, like, there's one guy that I followed, his name is Darius Williams. Like, I follow him and I'm like, this is amazing. He gets online and he's just talking and connecting to all his fans, and he's cooking and he's singing and he's like, just vibing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just makes you want to, social media for me makes me want to do more, makes me want to connect more with people. So.
Yeah, you will, and you can. Like, yeah, Periscope is cool, but you got IGTV now, and the way they set it up on Instagram is like, it's like a video is already planned, and you watch a little bit, and then it stops. It's like, you want to watch it on IGTV. Yeah, it's like, you want that milk with your cookies.
It's really cool, because you know what? Think about it. Like, before social media, you had to really like send letters and whatever the case, whatever steps you had to take to get noticed, to be on TV or to be on different platforms. Social media has given everybody a platform. Yep. So if you want to be on TV, shoot, be on TV. Yep. If you want to do videos, do a video. And it's like, there's nothing really stopping you from taking your business to the next level.
Ain't no stopping you now.
We're on the move. I love music.
I had a little song on my heart.
It's okay. I do it all the time.
No, that's why I did it. 'Cause
9 to 5, I be in that office, straight soul sessions.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I feel you.
So, like, out of all of the advice, like from people giving you advice on social media, on the cooking styles, because you can pretty much cook anything, like vegan.
Yeah, I try not to limit myself. Like, I like to look up different recipes and get inspired. If I see something, if it's something I want to try, I'm just going to try it. And if it don't come out right, then try it again.
What's the percentage of meals that you've tried that didn't come out right? Like, I feel like you're up
slim
there.
to none. And I don't want to say that to sound arrogant, but I'm the biggest critic of myself. Like, I critique myself the hardest. So when I'm cooking for friends, family, I'm like, how did it taste? And they're always like, why are you asked that? Because we can mess up. Like, I don't care how great you are. There's times where you are going to fall. Fortunately, I haven't failed yet. But I'm always looking for feedback, because I get super nervous cooking for people. Like, super nervous. As much as people tell me as good as my food is, I'm still super nervous. But it is what it is, I'm just going to keep doing it. I haven't had many bad experiences. Let me just tell you about the story real quick. So in culinary school, I was working with this guy who thought he was like top chef. I got it, man. Let me do this, man. Okay, cool, dude. Salt your fish. Do what you do. He came back. He fried it. He flipped it. It's time to present our meals. Chef, what is this garbage? And I'm like, oh, he got it, And that's the thing. It didn't matter how many times he got shot down by my chef. He came back the next time still feeling like he was on top. I was like, I love him for that.
Yeah.
Food looks like garbage, but I love him for that, because he had so much confidence. So the question you had was the biggest piece of advice. This would be it. Like, no matter what people say about you or to you, keep your confidence and do what you love to do, and don't let nobody stop you.
I like that. Say it again one more time for the audience.
Do what you like to do whatever you love to do, and don't let anybody stop you. No matter what they say, no matter what they think, it doesn't matter. It's all about your confidence. That's what it is.
Love it. Do the chef again for me.
What is this garbage? What is this? He come up, he's standing real close to you, get in your ear. What is this? Put it in the toilet. I love him. I love that chef. I love him. He's a little French man. Freaking love him.
Oh gosh. All right. So this is the speed round.
All right.
All right. So
Like
I'm gonna
Jeopardy?
ask you.
Not Jeopardy. Family Feud. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you some questions, and then whatever comes to mind.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Do I win money? No.
No.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
All right. What gets you out of bed?
What gets me out of bed? I just froze.
She really did freeze.
What gets me out of bed? Man, just wanting to do better every day. You know, just getting up, knowing that there's something I haven't accomplished yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so the next day you wake up and you're like, gotta go after it.
I like that. Favorite band?
I don't even know. NSYNC counts?
That's a throwback. NSYNC?
First, you know what? Wait, would Jodeci be considered a band? Or like a
band
boys
or a
group?
group? You know.
Well, I love
know.
Jodeci. Okay?
Jodeci?
Yes.
Okay.
Jodeci.
All right. Role model.
Role model. Ooh, that's tough. That is really tough for me. I can't even tell you who my role model is, honestly. I mean, I have several people who inspire me in different ways, but I don't know if I have a role model in particular. I'm just inspired by different people in different ways. Like my mom inspires me in one way, you know, my aunts, they inspire me. There's celebrity chefs that I really, really like watching and following. But I can't say that I have one particular role model.
Okay. Luxury item.
Luxury item. I am so basic. This is hard. This is so hard. Like, would a bottle of perfume be luxury?
I mean, a bottle of perfume.
Luxury item. You know, I've never thought about something luxury that I wanted.
I mean, luxury has different meanings to different people.
Very true. So give me one of those really fancy kitchens that I can cook in that has like all the most expensive equipment in it.
Gas stove.
Gas stove has to have a gas stove in it. Yes.
Nice. Chrome.
Chrome would be beautiful.
Some black cabinets.
A wood block island. Some chop, serve, you know, all that.
All the knives.
Every knife. Just give me a collection of them. Just give me the whole knife set.
Favorite food?
Favorite food? Anything with potatoes. I love potatoes.
You really do love potatoes?
I do. French fries, you know.
Potatoes help make vodka.
Mashed potatoes, yeah.
Yeah. French fries. I love a potato for the French fries.
There's a guy that sells salt and vinegar French fries. They're amazing.
Like he cuts the potato?
Well, he has one of those potato cutters and cut them in like little, what is it?
Ovals?
No, not the ovals.
Circles?
No, not the circles.
Wrinkles?
Curly fries. I know you see my hand moving.
First of all, her hand is going in the circle.
Curly fries. Oh, I probably should have went like this.
Yeah.
Curly fries, and they're really good.
Favorite country to visit?
Favorite country? I've never been here, but I want to go to Greece. I feel like that would be my favorite place. I've been to Jamaica, I've been to Puerto Rico, I've been to the Bahamas, but definitely have to make it to Greece.
All right. Why?
And it just looks relaxing and beautiful. Like every time I see the pictures, it's like white buildings and blue at the top and this blue ocean. I just want to be there. And I love Greek food, so why not go?
Okay, got it. All right. Best way to give back?
Best way to give back? Donating food, you know, time, your energy to people. I personally, like I said, everything I do mostly has food involved. I like feeding people. So, were you there? We did the PB&J project. We made over, I think, 100 and something peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, pass them out to the homeless, or get up randomly and make a big old meal and just pass them out to, homeless people or needy people or people that are just in need. So anytime I have a chance to cook and feed people that are less fortunate, that's my way of giving back. Even those that are not less fortunate, they like to come and eat.
Yeah. Like in Charlotte, we had, they had a house that we would go to and we would eat. We would celebrate life. We would have conversation, girls' night.
Yeah.
She made this lasagna. What type of lasagna?
Oh, pastelón, the Puerto Rican lasagna.
Oh my gosh.
That's everybody's favorite.
It was so good. I remember taking pictures before Instagram blew up and before foodies blew up. I used to take great pictures of that lasagna and like her meals that she made.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. That's what I want. Ultimately, I want my company to do is just bring people together. That's it. And create memories. Eat good food, laugh, have a good time, and just, get back. We have social media, so everybody's always like not connecting. So for me, if I was to open up something, it would be where people can sit down and connect. No phones allowed. You're here to just connect like back in the day, like at your grandma's kitchen table.
Yes.
That type of feel.
Like back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. All right. Retirement place.
Retirement place. Somebody's island. Somebody's island. Maybe Jamaica. Jamaica was so relaxing and so natural and just, it was hot. It was hot as hell, but it was a beautiful place to be. So maybe on an island I can see myself retiring when I'm rich. If not, then somewhere in Georgia. With a white picket fence,
You're gonna be honest. All right.
Gotta be realistic here.
Yes. Cartoons.
Oh man. Well, cartoon movie would be The Lion King.
Yeah.
And then, but growing up, I love Woody Woodpecker.
Woody Woodpecker.
Was that him? No. And what was the other one? Darkwing Duck.
Oh, I love Darkwing Duck.
I used to watch Darkwing Duck.
Him and his purple cape.
Darkwing Duck. So yeah.
All right. Drama.
Any reality show. Housewives. I love Housewives of Atlanta and Love and Hip Hop Miami.
No, I like the Miami one better than the New York.
Yeah, no, actually my favorite is Love and Hip Hop
Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rashida.
My boyfriend doesn't like when I watch that stuff.
I don't like when I watch that stuff.
I get consumed.
I pick up like I don't know. It's just like all the energy. There's so much negative.
It's negative.
Energy.
It's so negative. But the thing is, I don't have a lot of drama in my life.
Me either.
And so I feel like I live through them vicariously. Like, ooh. But then I'm like, ooh, why are they doing that? But I like to watch it.
Yeah.
But I don't partake in it. So it's not.
I would hope not.
No, it's not cool. Comedies. I like Norbit. That was one of my favorite movies. Hilarious. But I don't have like I would say Ricky Smiley would probably be my favorite comedian. He cracks me up.
Little Daryl?
The Little Daryl character, but I like the church lady that he does. Yeah.
Got it. Ricky Smiley, he's hilarious.
Yeah, he is.
What is happiness?
Happiness for me would just be appreciating the small things. I think we live in a world where we always want something bigger and better. But when you're satisfied with what you have, like if something big comes, it's like, okay, great. But just being appreciative of, the small blessings that you have. You appreciate what you have and understand that things could be worse.
Yeah.
Things can be worse. They might not be great, but you're in a good position. And yeah, that's what it's about, just being appreciative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would like the listeners to know?
Well, what, about me or just like in life?
Whatever.
Well, I think all women should know how to cook. And if you don't, just call me and I'll give you some lessons.
I think all humans need to know how to cook.
All women. For sure.
I can't
well, men should cook too.
Yeah. They need to learn to cook.
I was going to get to that.
What if I burn both of my hands?
Oh, geez.
You know.
Well, then we're going to learn to cook with our toes.
Like,
no, but men should know how to cook too. Okay. But no, the biggest thing is in life, just be grateful and, never stop trying to accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish, big or small. Put your heart in it and go for it. That's it. That's what life is about. Taking risks.
It is about taking risks.
Yeah. Just doing the damn thing.
Yeah, the journey to success is where you really feel it.
Yeah, absolutely. When you take on a journey, and I don't care what it is, whether it's entrepreneurship or whatever, it really does challenge you as a person, and it really helps you learn who you are. So whatever that journey is, like people go through those lock journeys where they lock their hair and they say it's a spiritual one for them. But, life is about figuring out who you really are and what you really like and becoming the person that you feel like you need to be. Mm-hmm. And you'll eventually find your ultimate happiness and your success. But it has to be for you and not anybody else.
Excellent. I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Absolutely. When I come back.
Let the people know how they can connect with you.
Instagram and Facebook at Forkin Fresh. So on Instagram is Forkin_Fresh, and on Facebook is Team Forkin Fresh. Or you can follow on Instagram, The Forkin Chef.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
No problem.
Thank you to our sponsor for Season 2, Punto Space. The contemporary raw space combines capacity with intimacy. 4 distinct spaces on 3 levels encompass more than 3,500 square feet. Custom configurations, a state-of-the-art audio-visual system, and full-service support provide endless possibilities for realizing your creative vision. Thank you for joining the conversation. To learn more about Currency Shift, go to currencyshiftnow.com. If you feel as though you fit the criteria as the first, the only, or the disruptive, send us an email, info@currencyshiftnow.com. Until next time, keep pushing, stay motivated, and stay encouraged.